Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how's it going? We got a good one for you today. Let's go ahead and give you guys a second to join in because we did go live early. I understand that some of you might be confused. I still have to share it on Twitter because I did not do that earlier today like a moron. But
Yeah,
it
let me
is what
send
it
it.
is. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
Uh,
it out to some people as well.
the reason we are going early before I get too carried away and forget what I was talking about. The Pistons game is on in 15 minutes. Very first preseason game of the year, so it's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to see Sekou. But let's introduce you to my partner in crime, Mr. Big Take, the newest member of the DSA. How's it going, Big Take?
What up, Drew? How's it going, everyone in the chat, man? Thank you guys for coming out and let's have some fun. Hope you guys are as hyped as me for this first preseason game.
I know I am. We got a good one for you, man. JMO, he is at work. And several others, since we went live early, can't make it. Um, it was kind of a change of plans because I thought I looked earlier and didn't see it on TV. So I was like, oh, we'll just go live during the game. But turns out it is on TV, Fox Sports Detroit, if you guys are wondering. I am going to try to go live during the regular season games this year. But yeah, man, you guys look like you're into it in the chat already. Let's just go ahead and do roll call or wait. We got Kid Lamar. He was here before we went live. How's it going? We got Adam. How's it going, Adam? We got Tyler. How's it going, Adam? And I never know how to pronounce your main, man. I feel bad because you're always here. DMA double P Zoom. How's it going, man? Um, Pretty much what we gotta just do a pregame for you, man. Big take. What are you looking from the Pistons for in this very first preseason game?
Well, in this very first preseason game, I definitely want to get a good look at Sekou, because we didn't get to see a lot of him in the summer league. Obviously, he had that nagging injury. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but he only played 9 minutes in one game. So I definitely want to get a good look at him, as well as guys like ISO Joe and people like that, guys that are on the edge of making this team. Um, but the biggest for me is probably going to be Luke Kennard because I want to see how far his development has come this offseason.
And you know what, man? There's so many names we can go down the list and just name them one by one. Man, it's going to be fun to see, man, because all this young talent, we don't know what they can do yet. And this is really their time to shine. Is Sekou or Luke
Absolutely.
Kennard the bigger name for you right now?
I'm going to say Luke just because I don't think Sekou is going to be in our rotation as much this season.
Yeah, and I think you got a fair point for that one. Man, we got a lot of people coming in and out. Just make sure when you guys come in, hit that like button for Detroit basketball. Man, I can't even list all the names right now. Troxel's in the building. Yeah, I'm going to the game Wednesday. Event versus the Mavericks. So if you guys are there Wednesday, man, come up and say hi to me. We'll take a picture or something, or you can be a part of the vlog. Um, so, I think we've pretty much hit on what we want to see from this team this preseason and above the rim last week. I want to ask you a question about some of the players heading into the regular season. People like we're not going to see in the preseason right now. For example, Blake Griffin. We're probably not going to see him in the preseason, and if we do, it's going to be very, very minor. What are you looking for Blake Griffin this season? Do you think he can have a good season like he did last year? Because last year he had career high numbers across the board. Do you think he's going to have similar numbers, or do you think since we kind of overused him, he's going to take a step back this year?
I don't think he's going to take a step back. I think he's going to be a lot of the same player, but I don't think the numbers are going to be there just because we added guys like Derrick Rose, who's going to put some points up. I think Drummond is going to have a better scoring outing this year. So I think as far as scoring and numbers go, you might not see the same numbers from Blake, but trust me, he's going to be the same Blake, if not better.
And I think the only problem with Blake Griffin is just load management. And I think we're going to see the same with Derrick Rose. I do not expect either one of those guys to play in the preseason. But I just got the notification on my phone, boys. It's game time, man. Detroit basketball is officially back, and it feels like it's been gone for forever. Big take, man. How excited are you for this year?
Man, words can't even describe it really, man. I mean, the NBA is as level as it's been in a long, long time. There's a lot of teams that have a shot this year, and I'm just looking forward to see who's going to come out on top.
Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna say OCE Uvi. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I tried my best to do it. I'm not good with names. But he says he thinks he saw on Twitter that no one is sitting out today, just limited minutes. That is good news.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
man, that's cool, man. Just don't overdo it. Like you said, limited minutes, we should be good to go. Kane WWE sent me $1.99. I appreciate that so much, man, more than you know. And he says, love the DSA, and we love you more, man. Thanks for coming out. Be sure you guys hit that like button. Joey's in the house, man. He's one of the OGs, always one of the first ones in here. He's excited for some Detroit basketball as well. Scary, man, I can't pronounce. I'm going to say Scary 313 because I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nothing personal. He's wearing his Pussies hoodies right now. Hey, go Pistons, most exciting season in a long time. And I have to agree, man. You know, I'm watching Pistons live right now, multitasking. And they showed that clip of Sekou coming to Detroit and just talking to Chauncey Billups, man. Like, it just feels like a different year. We talked about that with the Lions, man, that the Lions have a special year coming right now, and it feels almost identical to the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons are onto something. Now, this year, I'm only expecting them to be a fifth or a sixth seed and, you know, winning a couple games in the playoffs, but they have the building blocks right now in place to be good in a few years. It's just patience. Patience with this team, you know. Um, Yeah, D Rose should play today. If that is true, should be
For
limited
sure.
minutes. Now, Big Take, I was about to ask you,
Um,
what do you think D Rose is going to be for the Detroit Pistons team this year?
I think he's going to be our sixth man. I think he's going to be that punch off the bench that we did not have last year. I mean, Ish was good at times last year, but we just didn't have that guy to come off the bench and go and get his own buckets and put up his own buckets and just go out there and be a scorer and focus on scoring the basketball. So I think that's what D Rose is going to be for this season. And if Reggie Jackson is slacking, if we see any bad play from Reggie, don't be surprised if D Rose slides into that starting point guard position.
That's a lot of people. A lot of people are talking about is they want to see D Rose as the starter, and you know, like I think you said, man, it's a lot of pressure on Reggie. But you got to think about this way for Reggie. It's a contract year for him. You know, he's fighting for minutes with D Rose, so
Mm-hmm.
he can't have that slip. With those two big factors right there, man, he's healthy. That's another one you got to throw in there. This might be Reggie Jackson's best career numbers. You know, best career year. So it's going to be fun to see from him. And I think no matter if you start him or coming off the bench, you're going to have an effective point guard all 48 minutes for the Detroit Pistons. And we all know this is a guard-driven league. And you got to watch what you say about Reggie Jackson because Rose Diddy, no relation, is a huge Reggie Jackson fan. Just giving you a heads up there, Big Take, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Also, if we get back to that pick and roll offense, like you said, I think Reggie could get back to that 2016 Reggie.
Yes, and we need it. We desperately need it. One Pride 40 says no JMO. No, unfortunately, JMO has to work. So we are very limited today. Plus, we went live
Mm-hmm.
earlier than what we anticipated because I did not think the game was going to be on TV. So that is my bad, but it is what it is. We make do what we can. My big question for you today, Big Take, because I've been wanting to do a video on it, but I thought it'd be better for Above the Rim, and we'll probably talk about it again next week when more people are joining. Um, is the Pistons bench? Where do you think this Pistons bench is going to rank in the NBA? Because I think it can be a top 10, top 15 bench in the league, which, you know, top 15 is not that good. It's mediocre. It's like half. But this team has the potential to be one of the best benches in the league. I want to get your take on this, man. Where do you think this Pistons bench is going to be effective? And how good do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be a much better bench. We've gotten so much deeper. Last year, our bench was pretty much like I said, Ish Smith. That was about it. I mean, Wayne Ellington at times. Bullock was here for half a season. Kennard was battling injuries all year, and we also kept Don Maker. So our bench is going to be much improved, and you can expect to see a lot more scoring off the bench. We got some guys that can put the ball in the bucket coming off the bench. Joe Johnson, Derrick Rose, Markieff Morris can fill it up at times. I mean, I think our bench is going to be much improved from last year. And that's really where we struggled last year. Blake came off the court, and you just saw our offense get so stagnant.
Don Burr, man, you are on it. We are going to talk to Mr. Luke G and Micro Mike about moving above the rim next week, so that way Micro Mike can go live during the Monday night game because that is a big matchup between the Lions and the Packers. So we will fill you
Mm-hmm.
in on as much as we know going forward for schedule wise. But my point of view on this Pistons bench, I think you hit most of it. Um, obviously Derrick Rose is coming off the bench to start the season. Now, when you have a guy like Derrick Rose coming in off your bench, that's instantaneously 6 man of the year candidate right there. Then you got people that Sekou that's going to come off the bench, given the opportunity halfway through the season whenever he feels comfortable. Like you said, Joe Johnson, a guy who can go out there and score buckets. More than likely, Luke Kennard is going to be coming in off the bench because I think Dwayne Casey likes matchups with Bruce Brown as the starting two guard better. So you have a lot of firepower. Plus, you're going to probably have Thon Maker and Christian Woods both make the team after you get rid of Langston Galloway. And Christian Woods can score. Thon Maker will probably be more in there for defensive purposes, but man, 1 through 5 can score the ball. And that is something very rare. And you see it a lot with playoff teams. You need a deep bench to make a deep playoff run. Let's see here. Kid Lamar, Detroit Drew, do you see the article about the Pistons won't make the playoffs? Man, ESPN has predicted that several times. It's not just one article. It's all across the board. Big take, man. What do you guys say about these articles saying the Pistons won't make the playoffs?
I don't understand. I mean, they act like we didn't do anything. They act like we sat here and just we're like, oh yeah, we're just going to keep the same team. I mean, this team has done nothing but get better. And another thing that really bothered me talking about one of those articles, I saw an article that had the Orlando Magic in as the 4 seed in the East, and we were nowhere to be found in that top 8. So I don't even know what to say at this point about ESPN and these articles. I mean, at this point, I just take them as a joke.
Yeah, if you have the Orlando Magic and as the 4 seed, your list should just be thrown down the toilet because that's terrible. And we can't make fun of that because our own very own DSA member Nomas J had the New York Knicks making the playoffs. So we know a thing about some bad takes. We are better. Yeah, we're definitely better than Orlando. You guys got to check it out, man. I think I dropped a video on it. Did you drop a video about that when that came out?
I don't. You know what? I can't honestly remember. I want to say I did, but I don't remember.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you drop a video every day, you start to forget what you talk about. So, with
Yeah,
that
you
being
do.
said, man, we are about anywhere. I think they start like 8 minutes after just 7. So we got about 12 minutes or so, 14 to 12 minutes before the game actually starts. So we are very close to Detroit basketball. Do you think that the Detroit Pistons are ready to win a playoff game yet, let alone a series?
I think we can win a game this year, Drew. I really do. I think we can definitely win a game at home, especially if we're matched up with a team like Boston or something like that. We match up really well with Boston. So I think there's a chance we can win a game. As far as a series, that's a whole nother question, and that's a whole nother ballpark. And I'm not quite sure if I'm confident enough to say we can do that. It's all going to depend what seed we're at.
I'm not talking about just winning a series. I'm talking about just winning a game. Do you think they can win just
Right?
one
Because we
game?
haven't. Yeah, I think they can win one game. I really do. I mean, we have to. I mean, it's embarrassing to just keep getting swept and swept and swept. We got to win at least one, and that's what I actually said in a multiple of my Pistons videos myself. I was
You there, man? Alrighty then. Um, I don't know what happened to the big take. He got cut off there. But anyway, like this is a good transition for me. A big take. Whenever you're back, man, just feel free to speak up. I don't know what happened to you. Um, the only team in the East that really scares me is the Milwaukee Bucks. Boston doesn't scare me. Orlando doesn't scare me. Philly doesn't scare me. None of these teams that are supposed to be these title contenders are supposed to run away with the East really scare me. So with that being said, man, if you're there, man, let me know if there's any teams that scare you. Like I said, man, Milwaukee is the only team that I don't like being matched up with, and we lost the big take. So this is going solo, man. It is the Detroit Drew show. So let's go ahead, man. If you guys got some questions before this game starts, it looks like it's going to be a short above the rim this week. What do you guys want to ask me? If you guys got any question about the Pistons, just send it down below. You can hit threes. I have a 25% field goal percentage. That is not very good. Not very good at all. No, I don't. He must have lagged out, or his phone died, or his laptop died, whatever he was using. Not sure what happened. Yeah, it's not the first time I've gotten ghosted. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. So we will find out what happened to Big Take. It's just been an awkward day of the Mondays. Um, Nothing goes as planned when you want it to. Like I said, man, I didn't know this game was going to be on TV, or else I would have gone live during the game. I still might. I still got time. I might end this one early if he does not join back and go live during the preseason game. Because, like I said, man, I'm going to go live during most of the regular season games. I'm not going to say all of them because some of those West Coast trips are up pretty late. I have to get up early in the morning. The Pelicans have a lot of potential, One Pride. A lot of potential. I'm not sure if they're ready to be a playoff team yet, but man, they have some very, very good young talent. If they do not make the playoffs, they will be a 9th seed. I hate Milwaukee too, man. My projections, Joey, for the Detroit Pistons is 48 or over. They need to win at least 48 games. I think 50, if they are healthy, is in a very, very good chance of that happening. So as long as they have something like 48 or more, I will be very, very happy. Like I said, man, most of that is just going to be barring injuries or what have you. No question. F the Packers. Let's get this dub tonight also. Yes, Detroit versus everybody, even the Lions. It is going to be a fun time to be a Detroit fan, man. Looks like the Red Wings are back too. So, man, it's nothing but sunshine and rainbows here in Detroit. Miami, no, not with just Jimmy Butler. I think Miami is going to make a trade to try to get somebody else because just with Jimmy Butler, they're not going to make the playoffs. They'll be a 9th or 10th seed at best right now until they trade for somebody. Did you see the new Pistons? No, I did not. I seen that they were practicing at MSU and Lansing. I did not know they had a new training facility. Is it nice? It must be nice. Once you get into the playoffs, man, anything is possible. As long as they do not play Milwaukee before the conference finals, they have a good chance. Um, they just have to stay focused, stay healthy. They can't take any games off, and they have to win as many games as possible in the regular season, so that way they have as much home games in the playoffs as humanly possible. At the end of the day, I believe JMO said it last above the rim last week that realistically they should be fighting for NBA Finals opportunity. That being said, they're not going to the NBA Finals, but that needs to be their goal, and that needs to be every team's goal. So, I mean, yes, they need to have the mindset of going to the conference finals. Do I think they're going to the conference finals? No. I don't know what that means. Keep Christian Woods and let Drummond kick rocks. The thing that I don't like about everyone saying keep Christian Woods and let Drummond go is we don't know officially what Christian Woods can do because we haven't seen him in a big, big window of opportunity here. This is going to be a good time for him to show everyone what he can do. We've seen him on a very minute scale. Oh, are you from Indiana, man? That's cool. Yeah, man. There's no one like Isaiah Thomas, man. Isaiah Thomas is the real deal. I heard that the Pistons are making a statue of him, and they're going to put it outside of LCA. You there, Big Take, man?
Yeah, perfect time for the Wi-Fi to go out. So,
Oh, man. You got Xfinity?
yep.
There's your problem. It
Yep.
goes out here all the time. We got the Big Take back. So before you left, man, I was going to ask you, is there any team in the Eastern Conference that scares you? I said the Milwaukee Bucks. Outside of that, I'm not too scared of anybody else.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth for that one. My only team I'm really scared of is the Bucks. I'm not scared of anyone else out of this Eastern Conference. I feel like any of these other teams can be beaten. Last year, Milwaukee killed us all year, and we just kind of struggle against teams that have bigs that can.
We got Robo Take.
Oh no.
Your back looks like. What's your take on De La Rose injury on the Red Wings? I'm not following the Wings like that. I didn't know anyone from the Wings was hurt. I seen the guy had 4 goals last night. I don't watch hockey religiously. Big take to you. Alrighty, man. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the problem with the Detroit fan base is we're always high on this team every year. I remember the year after Stan Van Gundy took us to the playoffs and we got swept. We were projected to be, sixth seed or higher, and I feel like we're in a similar situation where people are expecting this gap to be hurdled over, and there's a lot of pressure with that. And this team has been in that situation before, so it is up to them to learn from their past and really understand what they did wrong last time and incorporate it to now. Now you have a legit leader in Blake Griffin, superstar player. You have Derrick Rose, who have been in several situations of clutch plays and tough games. So, I mean, with those two players alone, that is a lot of experience in the league. And both of those guys can still ball. Now, they're not as good. Well, I shouldn't say Blake isn't, but Derrick Rose isn't as good as he used to be. And he's still a really good player. So, when you have those two players on your team, it's going to help. Um, and then Andre Drummond's been to the playoffs twice. He is 0-8, and I think going into free agency next year, he is going to want to add a few playoff wins to his belt so his resume doesn't look so bad in the playoffs. Um, so I think all that being a factor, this team is ready to take that jump now. And I think understand Van Gundy, we were too young. We weren't ready for it. And I think Stan Van Gundy panicked and blew it all up and really risked the future, but at the same time brought us Blake Griffin. So I think Stan Van Gundy every day for that because he did do at least one thing right. So looks like game time is about to start here in 3 minutes. So grab your popcorns, grab your Drew Wisers, whatever you have to do. Unfortunately, this is what Above the Rim turned out to be today. Hopefully next week, after we find out what day we're going to be moving it to, for 1 week, because the Monday night game will be a little bit in better shape. But sorry it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. But I'm going to enjoy this game, man. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it too. Like I said, man, this Wednesday I'm going to be at LCA to watch my two favorite teams, the Dallas Mavericks and the Detroit Pistons, battle it out in preseason. Like I said, man, I don't know if there's going to be any Luka Doncic or Kristaps Porzingis playing that game. I don't know who's going to be playing for the Pistons after this game, but it's going to be fun to watch. And if you guys are going in there Wednesday, let me know. I know there's a few of you guys who reached out to me on social media, on Instagram and Twitter, which links to those are in the description, who are going to be there. So I'm looking forward to meeting me, man. It was cool. Last time I went there to the playoffs in Game 3, no one really came up to me. There was a couple of guys who talked to me afterwards. They were just a little bit too nervous to talk to me. I'm just a cool guy, man. I'm going to be there with my buddy, probably having a couple Drew Wisers and just enjoying the game. So if you guys are going there, just let me know. You back, man?
Yeah, if it goes out this time, just go on without me. But I think I got it under control.
If it goes out again, we'll just wrap it up. I was about to wrap it up before you joined, but hey, welcome back, man. If you're here, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm here. It should work now. I just had to unplug my Wi-Fi and do all that cool stuff. So,
All right, man. All right, man. Let's see here. Let me go back to my topics. What are you expecting from Andre Drummond this year, since it is his contract year? Are you expecting a big year from him? What is
yeah,
it, Big Take?
I'm expecting an all-star season from Andre Drummond. In my eyes, he has to have an all-star season in order to get that max contract. So I think we're going to see Andre Drummond out there, um, being a bulldog, man, being a bully out there on the court. At least that's what I hope we see out of Andre Drummond. He's going to need to do that, like I said, to get that max if that's what he wants.
Speaking of all-star performances, man, how many all-stars do you think that this team's going to have? I think that has the
What?
opportunity to have two. But I think if Derrick Rose starts and plays very well, that there is a small chance we might have three All-Stars on this team. What say you, Big Take?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond are going to have all-star seasons, but I do think if Derrick Rose, like you said, finds his way into that starting lineup, we all know how everyone was pushing for him to be in the all-star game last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes an all-star as well.
Let's see, man. We got 21 people watching us right now. Let's make sure we hit that like button. Like I said, man, I apologize to you guys for not having a very put together show. It was kind of last minute, but we
Yeah.
want to get ready for this game. This game is about to tip off any second here. So it's going to be fun, man. Let's see, man. Let's see. I think Everything King, I watched his video the other day, said that there's like half the games are televised and half of them aren't. So if you have Fox Sports Go, you should be able to go. Well, I was wondering why no one was commenting. My chat wasn't keeping up. Let's go. We got Michael Mike in the building.
What up, Mike?
Alan Jackson, who has the link to watch the Pistons game? I just talked about that. It's going to be on cable. If you have Fox Sports Go, the app, all you have to do is connect your cable provider to it, and you'll be good to go. Are you going to make a prediction video? I might, but we really talked about it on the Above the Rim. I really don't like copying things off Above the Rim. Like I said, man, 48 wins is good for me. Big Take, you going to make a prediction video for the Pistons?
Yeah, I think I probably will end up doing that. I mean, I've suggested my predictions multiple times in multiple videos, but I do think I want to do a video just solely focusing on that. But me personally, I think that we can win 50 games this year. I really do.
All right, Big Take. With that being said, let's go ahead and wrap it up so we can watch it. I'm gonna go I'm gonna grab some food, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna do a live stream during this game so you guys can watch it with me. So guys, if you got some time, go grab some food, go grab some drink, and I'll be back here in probably about 15, 20 minutes after the game has started, and we'll watch it together. Big Take, man, what are your final thoughts on today's, I guess, mini episode?
My thoughts is I want to see a lot of Sekou tonight. I want to see what he's capable of. And go Pistons. We're going to be a top 5 team in the East this year, despite what ESPN and all those idiots have to say.
Yeah, man, it's really Detroit versus everybody this day and age. So with that being said, like I said, I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. We will do a watch party together. You guys can actually talk to me. I'll tell you guys what's going on. I'll try to turn the volume up, but I'm not sure how well my mic's going to catch it. But it's tipping off right now. Looks like everybody is out there. Let me tell you the starting lineup. Reggie Jackson, Bruce Brown, Tony Snell, Blake Griffin, and Derrick Rose, Andre Drummond are starting. So looks like that's going to be the starting 5. No surprise here. But Instagram, Twitter, and all DSA members in the description. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace.